Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. This is RAERAE all day. If you want to catch me on IG, see my name there at All Day RAERAE, okay? Real Housewives of Orange County is back, season 17, y'all, episode 1. Child, they got a couple of new girls in there and got rid of some folks. No more novella. Thank goodness. She had too much ish with her. She too much. Listen, every franchise don't need a token Black African American. We don't occupy every space, just like certain folks don't occupy every space. Hello, it's okay. It is quite all right. Orange County is known as a Caucasian, white, whatever's called town, and that's fine. They can represent, and believe you me, what we looking at so far, episode 1, they are representing Orange County. I know I'm from Southern California. Hello, lived out here all my life. Know very much about Orange County, and it's no shade. It's white. Just check out the Census Bureau. Okay, check out the Census Bureau. But anyway, we ain't trying to get into all that deep stuff. Just saying, if they can bring back Gretchen, that's my favorite. Period. Point blank. Now I know she may got some ish with her like everybody else, but okay. I understand she may have some ish with her. Being with her man and all that ish over there, but she ain't never did nothing. No, she good in my book. I miss Gretchen. Gretchen Rossi. Bring Gretchen Rossi back. Thank you very much. But back to this review, child. Now they opening up, of course, with the montage of Tamra riding her bike through, was it Coda? They're still in Coda? Where they at? Out there in the OC. And they're doing a montage of her not so greatest moments on Orange County, the Real Housewives and Bravo. But it is what they gotta make up something, just gotta make sure production gotta make sure it's a fire episode. They're gonna bring everything that they can as far as tea and dragging and everything. Oh, child. But yeah, she come home driving her bike. Come home and see Eddie making something in the kitchen. Oh, poor Cut Fitness. They had to go belly up, child, because of the you-know-who or the you-know-what. Yeah, they couldn't make it. So, it was a gym. And, those types of businesses, if you're not a franchisee or a franchise corporation, then you skating on thin ice. And apparently their ice broke, and they're doing other things. I believe Tamra said they're into selling weed or into the weed business. Hey, it's legal in Cali, just FYI. So they're all talking about how things are going, and they had to sell her mom's condo, and so the mom stays with them. And they have, I think she shares a 16-year-old with her ex, Simon. And the mom, Tamra, gets it from her mama. I mean, the mom is still out there. And, you know, her room is right up under the 16-year-old's room. And so, you know, Tamra is concerned about the noises the 16-year-old is hearing because Tamra and Eddie hear them. I mean, you know, and the mom is just hee hee ha ha. Oh well. I mean, if that's where she lives, that's where she lives. But at the same time, why ain't she over his house? I will make it mandatory. No more intercourse or of things at this residence when she's not here. When she's here, otherwise, nah. If he can't take you to his place, or if he can't get a hotel, he don't deserve a cookie. And that's that on that. But yeah, Tamra get it from her mama, child. That's what she said. That's what she said. Next, we got Shannon and Emily walking their dog. Oh, I miss Shannon. She's so cute, but it's gonna get rough for her, according to what we found out about her relationship, child. Ooh. And you know, Shannon don't take stress well. I just hope she don't gain another 58 pounds, child, because she was mad. Anyway, so they talking and they got their dogs and child. Now this is going trigger warning. This may affect you regurgitating whatever you may be consuming or have recently consumed. But what I'm about to say, okay. They're walking the dog. And Emily decides to drink out of the doggy's bowl, child. And then I did a little montage of her discussing with someone else how she, you know, has doggy utensils she eats with. I'm like, what? First of all, when do dogs need utensils? And second, why is she eating after another species? She said, well, I always heard that, you know, dogs' mouths are the cleanest thing. That is a whole different species. And for all of y'all who let dogs lick you in your mouth, that's nasty. That's a different species. They just check out what dogs do with their mouth. Just look it up. Just look it up. And I just don't get it. I mean, well, some people are freaky and some people are deaky. So all I'm saying is, child, okay, stuff on your mouth. You don't know why. You gonna F around and find out. Well, looking at my notes, child. Looking at my notes. Where I leave off at? Oh, Shannon. Yeah, so Emily drinking out the dog's bowl, child, and then I end up talking about Tamra and because she's back on the show, and child, come to find out Tamra mad because Shannon said Tamra mad because she got fired and she going off on social medias and saying this and talking the side of her neck about that. And I'm like, well, see, Shannon can be so crass and rude and, you know, just unbecoming, child, just unbecoming. But yeah, Shannon and Emily just, you know, cutting Tamra a new one. And, you know, Shannon says she's clueless about why Tamra drags her online. People who say they don't know what happened or what they did, they know. They just don't want to admit it for the most part, child, for the most part. Next, we got Gina. They showing her kids. They get their braces off. Woo-hoo. All right, we're going to discuss kids here. Just a little overview. Okay, just a little overview. Then we got Emily's kids are being disrespectful. She taking them to McDonald's and they mocking her and throwing her purse on the floor, being loud and rude and giving her attitude. I'm like, wait a minute. And no correction whatsoever. She's just complaining to them. See, this is why. This is why. See, it's all about parenting, people. It's all about parenting. And it's all about constant redirection and correction with children. Constant. I mean, back to back. And she's given up. So now they're going to just think what they're doing is okay. And let's just see how things end up for them in about 3 years. And just say, hey. It is what it is, y'all. Again, this ain't about nobody. This ain't a kid's show. I'm talking about the parenting. Okay. Here we are. Heather. All right. So we introduced to Terry's torn meniscus, or was it the ACL? Some of his knee is torn up. Guess he had surgery. So Heather is wheeling him in, and she bump it all up against the house. You know, the house is made of stone. So everything in there is rough, tough, child, and won't move, child. So luckily they have an elevator. So they make it up the elevator and put him in the bed. She rubbing his feet and he rubbing her booty, and she trying to make it up to him because she probably didn't retorn his his knee stuff and all up in there. Was it a meniscus or ACL? Something. Yeah, so wasn't much there, y'all. Wasn't much there. But Heather did mention to Terry how much of a disappearing act Gina has been, and she's concerned about their friendship because she was becoming quite friendly with her. Girl, Heather, I love you, girl. I love you, but you know, it ain't that deep. Next, we have Tamra and Jenn. Jenn is the new housewife, y'all. Jenn is married or with this new guy, Ryan. Now, check this out. She and her ex-husband got kids, a gang of kids. I mean, a gang of kids. So what they decided to do with their divorce was keep the house, leave the kids there, and they would rotate in when it was their time for visitation. And I was thinking the same thing that could have went on with them Holtz over there in Huntsville, but you know, the ex-husband Holt ain't got no money to do all that. He had to, you know, so it is what it was. It was what it is. But anyway, back to OC, child. Yeah, so I think they got like 5 kids and an adopted son and all kind of stuff. But yeah, that's a cool little setup, huh? So yeah, Tamara and Jenn with their respective mates go bowling, and of course, you know, they're talking about catching up things and the cut fitness and how Tamara's very concerned about Eddie. Child, he had to pull over. He couldn't drive. He was so upset. Po thing with his size 10 shoe. Girl. He would have been all right later on that night. Let me be quiet. Yeah, so Tamara and Jenn, and they're bowling and everything. Come to find out, Jenn is a fitness guru. They trained her to compete, and I think she won, if I'm not mistaken. And she has her own yoga studio, and you know, OC. This is classic OC. I'm trying to tell you, it's all to the GOOD. We just need Gretchen. That's it. What else? What is on here? Yeah, so Tamara's concerned about Eddie, but his probation gonna be all right. Tamara, don't worry about it. Next, we got Gina and Heather meeting up, and Gina's explaining herself to Heather because you know Heather is letting her know, you know, what she told Terry about you being MIA. I thought we was doing this, that, and the third. And Gina's like, oh, she had more excuses than I heard. And I'm like, dang, girl. It just sounds like she kind of blew Heather off a little bit at the same time. That's just too much for somebody to recall, but can't recall their friendship. So to me, she was lying. She just bringing up a whole lot that she did, pretending that was the reason. Girl, shut up. My opinion, child, my opinion. As a matter of fact, let me let you know. Okay? Let me bring that on back. Anyway. Yeah, so again, talking about Jenn, they got like her and Ryan are just going to, discussing things with the kids and getting things together. And it was their visitation time. So her ex is very tied in with her family's business. I think he kind of runs it, or second in command of running it still. So and it was weird because she told a tale about having to defend herself against her family, especially her dad, the way he was just riding her. And she said pointing in her face and being real aggressive about her staying in her marriage. Child. Mm-mm. I mean, they mm-mm. Mm-mm. Jen Daddy, you mm-mm. 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 Of course, we need more context, but just off of what was said tonight and out on the show, no, Daddy, no, 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 no. What else is on my notes, child? So again, Heather and Jenn meet up, and they're going for pickleball. And Tamra shows up. I'm like, pickleball? I've been hearing a lot about pickleball. First, I heard about Jamie Foxx starting a pickleball. I think his daughter went online addressing all of the speculation about him. And she said he's starting a pickleball league or something. I'm like, pickleball league? What? So I finally get to see this pickleball. And child, I swear, I, I don't think I'll be playing pickleball anytime soon, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so I end up talking about, they talk about the girls and talking about Jen. And Gina says she likes her a lot. She met her before doing yoga, and they really like her. And they end up talking about Shannon, child. So, Heather and Shannon met up and decided to let it go. Because of the friendship overall was worth it. So, they're on the good ship lollipop. But Tamra's dragging Shannon, and she's this, she's that. She ain't worth pot to piss in or want to throw it out of. But Heather had to bring her down and say, listen, it's all good, Tamra. You just need to talk to her and get it over with. I mean, I don't know how long it's been, 3 years, I guess, child, who knows? But yeah, so that was that on that. So Jenn, she is outdoors at the park somewhere doing a pop-up yoga in the park. And both Tamra and Shannon find it weird to meet up there. They're like being reintroduced, and they're both fidgety and like don't know really what to say to each other. It was kind of cute because they weren't going at it like, all right, bitch. It was just, oh my God, I can't believe, what am I going to say to her? What is she going to say to me? Is it going to be okay? Is it not going to be okay? Just all these different things when you worry because you care. So that was pretty cute. So they end up doing these exercises to where they partnered up. Tamra partnered up with Emily, and Tamra just felt like she was in the spirit. Tamra's a born again disciple of Christ, I believe. So, she's more in tune. I think Eddie had a lot to do with that. So she's more in tune with doing the right thing and, being decent and in order. Although that mouth of hers, child, she would. Tamra is a firecracker, and she better hope she don't get popped in the face. But yeah, Tamra just started crying a little bit and apologized to Emily. She didn't use the word if. So that tells me that Tamra knows and discerns well. So when she's acting up, we definitely know it's by choice. So it ain't like, oh, I was drunk and I blacked out and I can't remember. Oh, please. But you remember everything else but the fuck shit that went on. Okay. But that ain't Tamra. She didn't use the word if. And I'm so happy because every time you hear the word if in an apology, it's them bullshitting you just to say that they apologized when they didn't apologize. And we all know this. So stop using the word if. Anywho, yeah, so they're all getting reacquainted, and Gina asked Shannon, does Tamra make her nervous? Because they partnered up. And Tamra and Shannon, because Shannon kept falling over like she was drunk, or she got not vitiligo, child, vertigo. I mean, she just kept falling doing the yoga, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong? They laughing at her. I'm like, I'm concerned. Like, what's wrong with Shannon? Child, I guess. Anyway, so so it's over pretty much. They're over, by the snack section, talking shit. And then Emily, Tamra, with their back to everybody, and Gina are all talking about Tamra, talking with Shannon. So they're in the midst of talking. Gina's kind of had her side to where Shannon was coming through, and of course Tamra's back was towards that area. So Emily couldn't warn them quick enough before they said enough for Shannon to say, "Oh, you're talking about me." So, Shannon, like I said, Shannon walk in, child, and then she's just going in, and not going in, but just briefly explaining, and Tamra started crying, and then Tamra says she lost her dog, her best friend dog, and Tamra was like, "Yeah, I understand." And child, so they end up agreeing to meet to have that talk after this particular group event. And that's pretty much where it ended, y'all. I love that the OC ladies are back. I'm so happy 3 people are no longer returning from before. Woo! Okay. Anywho, I appreciate you for tuning in. Let me know what you think. Are you happy they're back? Do you want Gretchen back? I know I do. I know I do. Anywho, thanks again for tuning in. If you like, comment, subscribe, and share, I appreciate it. Thanks. Listen to my outro, y'all.